Alrighty, what's good, people? What is good, people? We are live. Hopefully, I think. I think we're live. So, anyways, forgive the cat in the background. A bloody cat decided to take over a chair, so I guess he's my co-pilot tonight. So yeah. But anyways, welcome everybody. Hopefully, everyone can hear me good. No, I really don't like this Canon 90D. And at least the audio is on point, but it's not where I want it to be, but it's on point. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the budget meeting. And tonight, oh man, I wish I put up banners. I'll do it next time. Tonight we're gonna be talking about something that I call the budget by four. It's something that I guess I kind of stumbled upon years ago. It was quite neat. Let me think. It was probably about 15 years ago when I got my first truck. It was really interesting when I had got financed my first truck. They were telling me that you can pay monthly or you can pay weekly. And I was like, pay weekly? I was like, what do you mean by pay weekly? And they basically said, yo, you can break down your payments into weeks instead of years. So it's great. So I was actually able to pay off my truck. I think it was a 5-year loan. I ended up paying it off in 3 years because I was paying weekly and I had changed my mindset to a weekly format on that. So over the years, I actually tweaked my method a little to what I call today the budget by four, which is actually quite interesting. But anyways, I'm going to get into the chat. I saw, let me scroll all the way up. Barry was first. Actually, Barry beat me to the stream because I didn't show up until like 5 minutes before. I was busy taking care of something important. And then Mike dropped in with the googly eyes. And then Miss Kimmy's here. Oh, snap. The wife actually made it. I don't know what's 84 years, but hey, what's going on? Who else made it? Oh, Scoop made it. What's going on, Scoop? I see Raymond Williams in the building saying what up to everybody. Mike said he just got back from Georgia and he woke up on time. Okay, cool. Oh, Lon's in the building. What's going on, Lon? And I think that's everybody so far in the chat. So I gave you guys a little bit of story on how I came up with the method. And the method is really easy. Basically, you add your bills and divide by 4, and you compare it to your paycheck. So 1 week's paycheck. It's very, very easy. Hold up, I gotta address this. Yes, Big Brother Black, you're first. You're on different math than everybody else in the world, but you're gonna be first. We really do appreciate you being here first. Well, anyways, I don't know why you cracking on me about Lon. Lon's my favorite, is my guy. But anyway, so like I was saying, it's super easy. You add your bills, divide it by 4, and compare it to your paycheck. As a matter of fact, I do have a slight example that I will show you guys. Let me set it up real quick. But anyways, while I'm setting this up, just to let you guys know, for those in the chat who is watching on the Twitters and YouTube, who's in Twitter space watching me, please make sure to come over to Cat's Meow Budget Solutions, subscribe there, and watch from there. Honestly, I don't know how much longer I am going to be doing all these multi-streaming platforms moving forward. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that notification bell button. Also, anybody who's in the chat tonight, if you have any questions, you can ask. Feel free to ask your questions out in the chat. But if you really, really want to get in depth with it, please hit the link that's going to be dropped any second now to StreamYard to come in and you can actually ask your questions and whatnot. Why are we talking about my cat in here? Anyways, Sharky has made it. What's going on, Sharky? Appreciate you joining. But yeah, as you can see, the links are in the chats. If you guys want to come on and ask your questions, or if you want any more know any more information, or just asking anything about money, you always could hop on in and ask. My bad, I can't even talk. Only because I know it's so hard to ask your question in the chat, and it can come across totally differently than what you think, than what I may think it is. Well, anyways, I want to go ahead and, how do you share this thing? I think you do it like this. Oh, look, it's shared. Look at that. I shared a screen all by myself. I'm a genius. But anyways, let's go ahead and set it up so I could do some work. So as you guys can see right here, this is just a basic bill setup. Now, I know this is on Excel, and no, I don't have an Excel sheet, not just yet. No, there's not an app. This is literally just simple adding. Simple adding, okay? And this is the total, $3,000, right? And here's a paycheck. And this is over here. So this is what I call the BB4. So that's budget by 4, just to let you guys know. Why are we talking about my cat? Oh, wait. Oh, snap. LaShawn's in the building. What's going on, LaShawn? Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you. Oh, and Shay Kennedy. What's going on? My bad. I did not see. I guess the DJ is a little slow. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're caught up on the people. What is that? Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Hopefully you guys can see the Excel spreadsheet really good. I did not know StreamYard can do something like that. That is new. But anyways, like I was saying, a basic ad, and that's $3,000, right? That's your house bills. And say in a week's time you make $1,000. And please, I do know a lot of people don't make $1,000 in a week. I know, but this is just clearly for examples. Even this bill section here is clearly for examples. So I totally get it. Not everyone's rent is $1,200 a month. I get that. I understand. This is just for example. But anyway, so let's say in 1 week's time period, your paycheck is $1,000, which is a complete example, people. And here's where the budget by 4 comes in. I'm going to put in a simple equation here just to make it easier so the calculation come out easy. So basically you take your bills, which is the total, right there, people. That's the total. And then you divide it. That's the little divide thingy, I think. I hope. And then you divide by 4. And then it equals $750. So basically all your bills added up together is $700 and $750 per week out of 4 weeks. 4 weeks, people, which is what everyone thinks a month is. So after you break that down, you take your paycheck minus your bills after it's divided by 4, which gives you $250 left over in your paycheck per week to do basically whatever you want. Okay, now these are all examples. And if anyone has any questions right now, please do ask in the chat right now. If you don't want to ask in the chat, please feel free to come onto the stream. The StreamYard link will be dropped any second now so that you guys can come in and ask and get more in depth with this. But this is literally the beginning stages of the budget by 4. It's not, it can get way more complicated than what you guys see here, but this is literally just the starting point. But while I wait for questions, you know what? I'll just go ahead and get into the chat, see what's going on here. I know you guys are doing something about my cat. Poor cat. Well, technically dog, I guess. Anyway, so LaShawn's here. Sharky. Oh. Oh, Tech Fowler asks, can I use Budget by 4 if I like to pay all of the bills on the first of the month? Yes. Yes, you can, but that's more of an advanced stage. I'm just talking about just getting used to seeing basically anytime when you see a bill, divide it by 4. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see first. But over a period of time, there is a couple of other stages in the Budget by 4. Once you realize what your budget by 4 is. So like for this example is 750. Once you start putting 750 in a certain account for for bills only, after about 3 to 6 months, you'll realize that the account has way more money in the account than what it should be, and then you can actually technically start paying your bills all at one time within 5 minutes, sitting down with your phone and paying all your bills off at the first of the month instead of waiting till the actual due date. But that's like further down the line to let people know. Tech Feller asks, so do I pay only 25% of my bills each week? No, okay. You're not, in this example, you're not paying your bills every week. Okay. You're just basically it's putting money aside every week for your bills. How about that? Hopefully that will make more sense for people. Ah, okay. Hey, Miss Kimmy, I guess you're drunk, so you left the B off, and that really sucks. Hopefully, no one is calling you Miss Rachel tonight. But anywho's, but yeah, going back to the bills each week. No, you're not paying your bills every single week. In this example, it's just showing you, just training you guys to see whatever bill you got divided by 4 and compare it to your paycheck. That's basically it. It actually gets more advanced because if you're working multiple jobs and you get paid multiple times a week and stuff like that, then you add up all the paychecks you get in 1 week and then divide it by 4. But then it gets more complicated if one job pays you every 2 weeks and one job pays you every week. Then you got to figure out what your weekly average pay is, and then it gets all kind of crazy like that. So it goes crazy like that. Tech Valor says, oh, that's how much money I set aside. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. But anyways, yes, Big Brother Black, Miss Kimmy's name at one point in time was Rachel, if you didn't know. We'll probably have to explain the story to you later. I am eating popcorn chicken from Publix. So that's a little interesting. And I believe the brother might be calling you Rachel later. So that's going to be interesting. Anyways. Ray said, yeah, he heard him say it. Okay, cool. Oh, well, it looks like I got the focus off my cat. Miss Kimmy, I guess you're the celebrity of the chat right now. But anyways, like I said, if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please do ask. And if anyone wants to actually come up onto the panel to ask your questions, please do so. The link will be dropped any second now. Lon asks, isn't it more a guide to help you visualize your debts and credits? I auto pay everything. Ha 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 ha. As a matter of fact, yes, it's a way to visualize, understand your money, and also know where your money goes. Because like you could put a lot of things on auto pay, and you can completely forget that you had stuff on auto pay, and that could be a problem. You might have like $300-400 and stuff that's on auto pay, that services that you don't even use anymore. So yeah, auto pay. I personally don't use. Wait, do I? The only thing I use auto pay on is like certain subscriptions, me personally. But like when it comes to actual my bills, like all this main what actually, as a matter of fact, I actually call these the four walls. The my four walls bills I pay by hand, and actually all credit cards I pay by hand. But well, some. As a matter of fact, some of my creditors I pay weekly, only because it cuts down on the interest overall paid on anything once you pay weekly. The only thing that doesn't apply to is your mortgage, which has to be paid. You can pay weekly, but like you're not going to reduce your interest paid if you pay weekly. But like cars and credit cards, if you pay every week on that, you can actually reduce the interest paid of the totality of the card. So that's what I do actually. Oh snap! Like Savage comes in and he's like the celebrity. Oh, here's Miss Kimmy. So Miss Kimmy says, let me get back on topic. So I get paid once a month. Do I budget by 5 on 5-week months? Oh, this is the reason why I say the budget by 4. Only because I know that 4 months out of the year, is it 4? I believe it's 4 months out of the year. There's technically 5 pay weeks. I think it's 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4. And when you start putting aside that set amount that you divided by 4 into an account, you will realize by the end of the year, you will actually have a full month, basically bill money into that account. So like over 52 weeks, by the end of the 52 weeks, which is one whole year, you'll actually have at least $3,000 in that account, only because there's 52 weeks in a year, not 48 weeks. So that's actually the trick of the budget by 4, is to get you thinking divided by 4, but actually it forces you to save money without you knowing that you're saving money. So that's actually the beauty of it. But Miss Kimmy, for you, you would divide, I believe it's 4 points. I want to say it's 4.3 or 4.83 that you'll have to divide by whatever your paycheck is in a month compared to your bills. I think, wait, let me see. I think it's 4.3. I'm almost positive it's 4.3. Oh hell, it might be 4.03. It's one of those. I'll have to dilly dab with that a little bit later on. But yeah, anyways, that, like I said, that's actually the secret behind the budget by 4, because it technically forces you to save and actually look at money totally differently than like, oh, I get paid monthly. Sharky says he doesn't auto pay either. He says, call me old school, but I like to see a bill and check it before I pay it. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what I do too. Exactly. Mike says, I'm guessing it's auto pay instead of autopsy, but I do enjoy prepaying bills and knocking them out early. Yeah, as a matter of fact, when I started paying at the first of the month, it was so super easy, especially when I was on the road, because I couldn't be on the road and flipping okay, this day I got to pay the bill, this day I got to pay that bill, because my schedule on the road at the time was so up and down. It was hard for me. But like I realized one day, I was like, wait a second, I got more than enough money in my account where I could actually pay at the first. And first I was going to do the first Friday of every month, but then I was still having late payments on some of my bills. And I was like, you know what? I can do the first of every month. So I actually do the first of every month for almost all of my bills. The only bills that I don't pay at the first of the month is like credit cards and car payments, as most of those are actually paid weekly and whatnot. Lon says exactly. I get paid 26 for basically 13 months, 26 times a year, which is basically 13 months, people, but only pay bills 12 times. Exactly. And a lot of people in this world don't realize that too. If you're if you have a job that's like mine, which I'm a truck driver, but my pay is so sporadic, I actually have to plan the year for 48 to 50 weeks instead of 52 weeks when I'm doing my projections on my miles and stuff like that. So that also helps there. But knowing that I have 4 weeks of fun time where I know if I don't make any money, my bills still get paid, it actually helps out when times go left and whatnot. But anyways, apparently Mike is drinking because, autopsy. So anyways. But yeah, anyways, as a complete reminder, oh snap, we've already been on for over 20 minutes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyways, a quick reminder, anybody who is out there on the Twitter space, please make sure to come over to Catch Me Out Budget Solutions on YouTube. The link is somewhere. Well, actually, the link will be dropped shortly in the chat. Also, anybody who, no, snap, I forgot. Oh, anyone who's wanting to ask a question, a more detailed question than what's in the chat, please make sure to hit the StreamYard link that will be dropped any second now, and you guys can come up and ask your question and whatnot. Also, if everyone's up here on YouTube, if you guys could do me a hot favor and hit that like button, that would be awesome. Get my analytics up and stuff like that, because a lot of you guys know me. I love my analytics, so that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, apparently Mike is writing an autobiography when he's getting drunk the next time. That's cool. Anyways, so Lon says, as always, to each their own. I like autopay. I don't have credit cards now, but I always had to set minimum just in case I forgot. It worked out for me. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not saying autopay is bad. Lon, you seem like the type of person that understands your money, so autopay would be good for you because you understand where your money is coming in at and where it's going out. But there are a lot of people who don't understand where their money is going, and that's actually bad. And I highly suggest for those people who are living basically paycheck to paycheck that they need to reevaluate their situations on how they pay their bills and whatnot, and also their jobs and what they're spending their money on too. So that's another thing also. Savage says he has a 3,000 budget. That's cool. And Mike wants to borrow $1. Autopie, am I drinking? Yes. I'm drinking water. And by the way, my random moment of the night, this is a lint roller. I just thought I'd put it out there. But anyways. Savage says he sets aside $800 for savings, unexpected expenses. Hopefully I do have to use the portion. Hopefully I don't have to use the portion, but now I'm saving to move to Seattle. That's that's really good right there. Oh wow, being able to set aside $800 for savings. Oh, that's actually really, really good. And that's if it's all out of a $3,000 budget. Oh wow, that is really, really good. And you're moving to Seattle, so I think by the time you're ready to move to Seattle, you'll be able to put 20% down on a $400,000 house. I'm just saying. Oh, LaShawn says he gets a discount for using autopay. Really? Okay. I know some places do offer some type of incentives for autopay. I don't know what particularly that is, but I know they'd rather to know that most of these companies rather knowing that they're getting their money for sure than to not basically guess if they're going to get it at all. But that's very interesting that you get a discount for auto pay. I don't think I've never really heard that before. Mike says the same thing too for certain places. What are these places? Because I don't know. Because I'm thinking, unless it's the phone bill. No, it's not the phone bill because I know most of these bill companies, household bill companies, they rather you pay by check, by checking account number than by credit card number for sure. Because if you do by credit, you get, uh, even if it's a debit card, you get charged like a $5 or $6 fee, which is really, really annoying. Big Brother Black says autopay is my friend until I get a new card and forget to update it with all my accounts. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing about autopay because we've had our accounts hacked a couple of times and we've had to get new cards and stuff like that. And with the new cards, we kind of forgot like who was on autopay and who wasn't on autopay. So and overlapping and get late charges and things cut off and stuff like that. It's really annoying to have Netflix cut off on you when you're on the road. It's really, really annoying. And Bear is saying, awesome. I forgot what I said that was awesome, but just for that, Bear, you're going to be the celebrity of the chat for some reason. I don't know why. You just are. Mike says this is lit roller. Deep voice. Lawns just basically agreeing with LaShawn. It works out nicely for cable, cell phone, and etc. My bad, y'all. I've been talking, man. I actually was talking while I was on the road yesterday. It's really hard to get that deep voice in this morning. Lon's asking Savage if you got a Leaf Nano account. I think I kind of sort of heard of those. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, Scoop. I said 400,000, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm not saying the $400,000 house is going to be 3,000 square foot, maybe 800, but Seattle's that spot. Oh, Mike, you're going to get a promissory note from Savage. That's quite awesome. Promissory note from the governor of Swampland. That's awesome. Let me just scroll down because you guys are going crazy. Savage says 40,000 is a parking space in Seattle. Yeah, exactly. Big Brother Black says his apartment gives him a 30-month discount for autopay. Really? That is quite interesting. And it's probably exactly what I said before. They like the security of knowing that they're going to get their money every single month, knowing that it's on autopay. Because if your account has a negative balance, most likely your bank will still pay. So the apartment complex don't care for late charges. LaShawn gets autopays T-Mobile and Xfinity. Mike says T-Mobile is almost $20 off a bill if we pay autopay, and Xfinity is $25. Oh wow, that's quite interesting. I got not those people, but I've never gotten a discount for autopay. Plus, I don't trust when it comes to cell phones because you might have a child that might accidentally download something that they're not supposed to download, and your bill ends up being $700 instead of what it's supposed to be, $250. So when you got children involved, it's best not to have autopay linked to them. Just to let you guys know, especially you, Mike. Just to let you know. And yes, Barry, yes, you're the celebrity. Well, celebrity of the night, but we could do overnight too. Why is my wife cracking on me? I'm gonna skip all that. Why y'all still cracking on me? Y'all's behind. I said that like hours ago. who's on that Cox? I've never used those people. I don't even think they're in Florida, to be honest with you. Yes, Mike. Yeah, like there was an actual there was a child, as a matter of fact, I believe it was 4 years old, ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff for, it was either for Minecraft or I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was one of those paid subscription accounts. And the child ended up buying like $4,000. It must have been like not, or Xbox Pass or something like that. They ended up paying like $4,000 and extra stuff because the child ended up going ham and buying stuff, and they had their stuff on auto pay. So yeah, that was quite interesting. That was another reason why I'm not too big a fan of auto pay. So if you don't have children, you got auto pay, you're pretty much golden. But if you got kids and you do auto pay on stuff, you might want to, check your stuff. But anyways, so I just finally got through all the chat. Does anyone have any more questions about this budget by 4? Hopefully everyone understands it and whatnot. Any scenarios or something like that someone wants to throw at me? All that good stuff? No? Give you guys a hot second. Or does the DJ want to come up and ask a question too? Because the DJ's talking stuff in the chat.
No question for me.
Oh, okay. Lon says it used to be really easy to rack up huge bills. Yeah, really easy because people used to forget. And that's most likely why you do the auto pay, because the auto pay helps you not forget. Mike wants to know what I would like to know is the methodology. Oh, God, why we got big words? Okay, different. If you are on different pay schedules, yes. If you are married and you guys have different pay schedules, actually the methodology is still the same. So if Mike, if you get paid every week and Miss Alexis gets paid every 2 weeks, you basically would take her whatever she makes every 2 weeks and divide it by 2, and then add it to what you make in a week, and that will be basically your paycheck for 1 week. So you just gotta tweak it a little, or just add one extra step to it, but it's still the same. And he says, or if you go from say weekly to bi-weekly pay. Yeah, even if you go from weekly to bi-weekly, if you're just on straight, if you were weekly 1 week and then you had to go to bi-weekly, you just take the bi-weekly and divide by 2. But when you go from weekly to bi-weekly, you should be a little careful, because I think that's 3 weeks without a paycheck. But after you get your first paycheck, it'll start rolling really nicely. So like you got to be careful when you go from weekly to bi-weekly. But if you go from bi-weekly to weekly, if you time it right, you can get your bi-weekly paycheck of say $2,000, and then your weekly paycheck the next week of $1,000. So like you got $3,000 in 2 weeks. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have $1,500 a week for your bills, but it just how it turned out at that point in time. Mike says it makes sense, and he said yeah, something like that. But yeah, so budget by 4. Oh, I probably should really clarify this. Budget by 4 for people with bi-weekly, you divide by 2, which will give you your weekly. Now, people with that get paid monthly, I'll have to find the exact number, but I think it's either 4.83 or 4.03 or 4.08. Oh no, it might be 4.083. It might be that. I don't know. But anyways, back to the chat. Savage says he remembers getting paid once a month. I don't think I've ever gotten paid once a month. Every 2 weeks with a 1 week delay. That was quite interesting for me at one point. Sharky says, would you recommend people separating out from the budget by for money that they're setting aside for major purchases, house, car down payment, and or investing? Yes, that's actually more of an advance of the budget by four. So as a matter of fact, what I got here, the $3,000, which is divided by 4, which is $750. That means you got an extra $250 per week. So out of that $250 per week that you have left over, that's like your fund money or your extra savings money. But if you want to add a monthly saving goal to the budget, you can do that, but then that will reduce your extra money and extra savings and whatnot left over per week. But yeah, you can incorporate savings into the budget for major purchases and whatnot in the budget by 4. But like for houses, I highly suggest minus I would say minus whatever your rent is from what you think your mortgage is going to be, and that will be your savings goal per month for down payment. So that's one thing. And also for a car, if you don't have a car payment, just put a fictitious car payment in your budget, your monthly budget, and then divide it by 4, and that will be your savings goal per month. But once you break it down into weeks, it's that you're actually going to save more than that per month, to be honest with you, for a car. Savage has made him manage his money better. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Mike says, oh, that was a good question, Sharky. Yes, Sharky, that is actually a really, really good question. And hopefully I did answer it to the best of right now. But yeah, that the savings goal and whatnot, it just breaks it down because like some people will say like, oh man, I got to save $500 a month. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if you look at the smaller number and go weekly with it, which is $125 a week, then you'd be like, okay, I can do that. I can do $125 a week. And, it might work an extra 5 hours on the job or whatnot to get to that and still be able to live properly. But yeah, it's stuff like that you can do with this budget by 4. Mike says, I do notice in the example there isn't a section for savings. So I'm curious of that. Oops, excuse me. I'm curious of that as well. I believe I just answered that. Hopefully, I did. With that, Mike. Advance, pay me, and I. Okay. Yeah, I'll save that for J-Will. Oh, hey, Miss Tanya. Miss Tanya's up in the building. Tech Level Mama. She's a little late, but she just got in at a good time because we are talking some good stuff right now. Mike says, how would you recommend one go about determining something like a grocery budget? I know it'll go up as a family grows, but would you consider that a flex area? No, for groceries, that's an estimation. Even in this example, even though it's a fake example, it's really an estimation of what your budget, budget is for groceries. So let me think. So right now, to get an estimation of your grocery budget now, just look back the last 3 months, add up each month, like have month 1, month 2, and month 3, and add it all up and basically divide by 3, because each month is going to be a little different. So like 1 month you might spend $500 in groceries, the next month you might spend $1,500 in groceries. And then the next month you might spend another $500. And believe it or not, that's like what, $2,500. So 5, 15, and 5, that's $2,500. And then when you divide that by 3, that's like 620, 600, and I think it's 662.50. It might be that. I don't know. So let's say you average $600 a month over the last 3 months. Me personally, I would add $100 and be like, I'll have $700 a month for groceries, and I'll use that moving forward. Now, with you having a new baby, I would price out how much formula is and ask how much you're going to be using them formula for every day. For how many cans you're going to be using per day, and then you can multiply that by the month. In that example could be like 30 days, and then you could have a broader look at what your new grocery bill is going to be, because you'll add that fictitious number with what you know of your groceries now, and that possibly could be your new number for your groceries. But that can change month to month, depending, as long as you keep up with it. Like, it might go up, it might go down, it might be nowhere near what you estimated, but always estimate high and hope that you spend less. That's the way I always see it. Mike says, say $1,000 for groceries monthly, but you only need 800. Would you put 200 in savings that month or towards next month's grocery budget? Oh boy, this is more advanced stuff. As a matter of fact, I would not put it in savings. I would keep the money in that bills account, because the grocery is literally an estimation. Because, like, okay, we're in the month of May. Month of May has Memorial Weekend, a Memorial Day. That's a big party day, barbecue day for people. So your grocery bill will most likely be higher in the month of May than in the month of June. So you might spend $1,200 in groceries in the month of May, but when June comes around, you probably only spend $800. Only because, like, you're not going to spend that much money in groceries and whatnot. So yeah, you don't, when you budget by 4 with the bills and stuff like that, even though you'll see, like, oh, I saved, $200 here, $10 there, another $10 there, and stuff like that. You just keep the money in the account. See, this is where people normally go wrong. They will say, oh man, I saved $200 on my groceries, I got extra $200 to spend on something else. No, you let the $200 stay there, because your grocery bill might go up the next month, or it might go down. But also, once you start thinking that way, it's another mind trick in your head that you'll actually be able to save more money and whatnot. So the name of the game is really to spend less than what you make and save, so that you can spend. Like, one of these days, I might randomly just buy another Canon 90D, or maybe I'll just buy a couple of ZV-1s, for hell's sake, for the girls. You don't know. And hopefully, saving and working hard, I could do stuff like that, but we'll see. Lon says, you look at what your unnecessary expenses are. Oh yeah, that too. Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. I'm going on and on and on, and I'm like over answering all your questions. So, Mike, I do appreciate you asking all these questions. Hopefully, these questions are helping other people in the chats out there, especially in the Twitter spaces, so we can get them here, so we can have a good old chat. Sharky said that was a really good question, Mike, about groceries. It really can vary depending on different factors: diet, kids, dating, or not. Exactly. Also, since we're talking about groceries and Mike is so worried about groceries, a little fun fact: if you quit eating out, you will see more money in your pocket, because for basically, if you go to McDonald's and get like a Big Mac meal or something like that, I think it's like $10 or $12 now. You can literally buy a 50-pound bag of rice with that. Well, not really, but you definitely can buy, I think it's 3 pounds of chicken legs at Costco for that price, which can feed a family, or depending on the size of the family, almost a week. Just chicken legs. Okay, so like every meal that you buy out, like you can buy 3, you can probably literally feed a family, probably a family of 4 for probably like 2-3 months. Well, it also depends on how often you eat out too. So yeah. Yo, Miss Tanya came in the chat and everyone is loving her. That's awesome. Savage says for grocery he used food stamp schedule, which is $189 a person. And Sharky's like, is that per week or per month? As a matter of fact, Sharky, that is, believe it or not, that's actually per month. If you are on Social Security or disability, and if you're a single I'm almost positive if you're a single person, that's $189. $189. I think if you have children, it's $189 for adults, and I think it's like $250 for kids per kid or something like that. But it does go up. But yeah, Sharky, it is, believe it or not, it is per month. So yeah. Oh, Mike, what are you saying? You're doing okay feeding as long as we can, but definitely plan on making the estimate as we were buying formula. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That is cool. Just make sure she's drinking a lot of water, sir. Make sure she's drinking a lot of water. Oh, Miss Tanya says, if you're doing formula, always look for coupons. There's usually coupons in print and such. They can help a lot. As a matter of fact, yeah, Mike, that's actually a big tip for you because there are tons of coupons that you can get a hold of. You could probably check the site, the Gerber sites and stuff like that. You could get a ton of coupons for formula for sure. I used to see them come through all the time when I was at Publix. Oh, I guess we're doing a party, but sir, COVID. Well, speaking of party, now I'll tell y'all later about that. In IRL, it's quite interesting. Sharky says $189 per month. I'd be losing weight real fast. That buys almost nothing here in New York, New York City area. Yeah, that's facts. But unfortunately, that's how the government has set up the welfare system and whatnot. But yeah, 189. It really does suck. But there are some places that that do like it's like selling your food stamps or something like that, but not necessarily selling your food stamps. But there's certain food stamp banks that you can go to that where your dollar can be stretched a hell of a lot farther than if you were to go to the regular grocery store. Ray says he's never even thought about it that way. I never thought to consider certain holidays when doing a food budget. Oh wow. Yeah, that's some of the things that a lot of people don't factor in, Ray, because like you got to think like Dave Ramsey says that Christmas comes once a year. Everyone knows that. So also holidays come once a year. Everybody knows when the holidays come up. Nothing comes up out of nowhere. Like there's a lot of people out there that know that they're going to be doing Thanksgiving every single year, and they usually know several months in advance, but they never plan money wise. They plan menu wise, but they don't plan money wise in advance for that event and whatnot. So yeah. So doing it like this, like just doing an estimate, even if it's up or down, and just keeping money in account, like when the time comes, you don't really have to, work extra day or two just to get money for groceries when it's already built into your budget, to be honest with you. Mike says to Sharky, that wasn't even my budget when I lived in a one room on my own. Oh wow. Mikey was putting it out there. Barry says, I think a couple of ZV ones for the girls would be dope, especially when they can take them to high school events. Yeah, exactly. And I think it'll be good for vlogging because I heard they're the best thing out there for vlogging also. Oh, snap. You know what? I might have to start thinking about how I'm going to get them those things. I'll figure it out. I'm good with that. Mike, yeah, that's a real paltry for food. That's a big word. I don't know anything about it. Anyway, so Mike says, facts. Lon, see, me and Lon are like on the same page right here. Is eating out is unnecessary expense. But eating out can be fun, especially if you're going to new places other than McDonald's and whatnot. Me personally, one thing that we did earlier this year, me and Tech Valor, we went to Jacksonville and we dropped like $250 on chicken and ribs at this one joint called the Trap House. And the food was amazing. The ribs, but the chicken was off the chain, and the fried shrimp. Oh my god, that was off the chain too. I wish I had bought more. Next time we go, I'm going to spend like $200 on shrimp alone. Nah, maybe 50, but we'll see. Savage says, so me and my old lady, our combined food budget is $390. Oh dear God. Well, $390 can work for two people. You could buy 100 pounds of rice and yeah, you could probably buy close to 150 pounds of chicken. Like, and you got water in the stove, so you should be good, and that actually might work. And it really lasts the whole month. Oh yeah, I believe it. Mike says the berry like, or some M50s with Sigma lenses. They can grow with them. Great investment on Cecil's part. No, sir. I'm telling you, the ZV-1 is the best camera out there. That's what I was told, and I'm going to go with that. Not the M50. Apparently, the M50 is trash for what apparently they're going to be doing. So it's all about the ZV-1 life. Anyways, taking Mike. Oh, you finally answering the question for the coupons. Okay. Savage says when he was driving for Uber, he used to get his food stamps. They automatically extended it while the pandemic is on, but normally they would have turned off my food stamps. Yeah, all that stuff was extended during the pandemic and whatnot. Even if you were working and making over the amount. Alon says it depends on what you eat. Other than lunch, I eat simply at home. Saves me a ton of money. That's big facts. Big facts. Sharky says, yeah, but you're talking about New Orleans, correct? $390 probably buys a lot more food down there than in New Jersey. So it's all relative. As a matter of fact, that is true. Down south, the food is different. Not different. Well, it is. The cost-wise is different down south than it is up north, only because up north have all those crazy taxes and stuff like that. That's pushed onto the customer. That's probably not needed. Lon says East Coast living is crazy in general. I rarely spend more than $200 per month in groceries. Oh wow, Lon, $200 a month? Wait, if you're up north, then you probably could just go to your backyard and shoot a deer and call it a day. So $200 could buy you a lot of rice and a lot of seasoning, and you get your meat in the backyard. Yeah, I believe that. Wait, Savage has a girlfriend? Oh, yeah, anyways. So Savage says his lovely lady eats more than him sometimes, and I'm still able to make the $390 food budget work. Savage, it might work really well if you keep telling everybody that she eats more than you, but okay. Anyways, Mike says he's looking forward to saving now that I'm no longer on the road. Oh, that's a big fact. As a matter of fact, I feel that being home more, it's hard for me to save money in general, not just with groceries, but just overall in general. When I'm home all the time versus on the road. Savage says fast food would come out of my unexpected budget. Okay. Mike, why are you throwing some big words out? I don't know what you're talking about. LaShawn says he eats out damn near every day. Well, LaShawn, just think about it. If you can cut down to $12 a day. Just think of how much extra stuff you can buy per month instead of spending $25 and $40 a day. Think about it. He says, yeah, Mike, that makes a huge difference. I had to control myself when I traveled for work. Yep, that is big facts when you're out there for eating and stuff like that and watching what you eat. Oh, Jackie's for good shrimps up in Jacksonville? Okay. LaShawn, you said you're gonna start eating ramen from now on. LaShawn, you might want to reevaluate that because you can actually take ramen to make a sink, or to patch a sink, or to patch a tub, or even to make a tub. Or you can even use it to make a floor because if you do it right, it can be used as concrete mix. Believe it or not, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yo, Lon says he keeps a 10-pound bag of rice at all times. Yep, that's true. As a matter of fact, I think I got a 25 or 30-pound bag downstairs right now. And the crazy thing is I haven't cooked rice in a long time. But when I do, man, I must cook. Oh, shoot. I cook like 8 or 9 cups of rice at one time. Mike says, yeah, Lon, I try to keep it under a certain amount I would spend in truck stops, but I would be leaving the city now with the lunch break, so I'll be good. All right, that's cool. Sharky says, Savage, okay, that makes more sense then. I guess I was inadvertently combining groceries with meals out. Okay, that's cool. Lon says billions of Chinese people can't be wrong. Well, actually, billions of Chinese people make their stuff at home, which doesn't have a lot of the properties of ramen. So it's a little bit different than what we see in ramen packets and whatnot from what they actually make. So yeah. Mike says I'm blocked from his life now. But sir, why? Ray says, LaShawn, you better not eat ramen every day. You better start saving for blood pressure medicine right now. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, snap. Miss Tay's up in the building. What's going on, Miss Spec Tech? Up in the building. Appreciate you coming through. Oh, snap. I missed the top of the hour. Y'all's going in on these conversations. But anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and reset everything real quick. So, oh shoot, how do we reset? So anyways, welcome everyone to the budget meeting. Today we talked about the first step in Budget by 4, basically. If you guys are out there in the Twitters, please do come over to Catch Me on Budget Solutions on YouTube. If you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask, please make sure to put them down in the chat. If you don't want to put it in the chat and your question might be like a little bit more complicated, you can always come up onto the panel and ask your question there. All you really need is a phone, and that's pretty much it. No, you don't need anything fancy to come up to ask your questions and whatnot. So yeah, we're definitely past the top of the hour. The conversation seems to be going good. I might go for, I don't know, we'll go for another 10 minutes. And if things are still going for another 10 minutes, we'll go for another 15 and then go from there. So hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves and really liking what they're hearing. I'm hoping that I'm explaining everything to the so that everyone can understand what's going on and whatnot. And I'm like, oh snap, I'm like 7 minutes behind in the chat. Let me try to speed it up a little bit. So Miss Tay came in, and said hi, and everyone's like, hey. So pretty much. I know Sharky said something about everything other than gas is so expensive. Yeah, exactly. Lon, to be honest, I ain't gonna read it, but that's what I was thinking. I thought it was a multiple on multiple. Mike says I'm cool. Still trying to work that into your vocabulary. Yeah, Mike, exactly. That's what I was thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking. Well, actually, I was thinking more than two. So I was so confused. Sharky says, LaShawn, I hear it. I don't eat out every day, but at least 3 times a week. But I try to keep it to $10 to $15 or less. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're going to eat out, like you can't budget for eating out. Just remember, if your eat out money is gone, you're then you can't really eat out. Or you can always take it from other places, but like try to get in the habit of spending a certain amount when you do eat out. Just be more mindful of it. Oh, Savage says he okay. 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 Anyways, so Barry says ramen takes your stomach forever to digest. Yeah, that's exactly why I was saying saying that. Saying not to eat ramen because it's horrible for you. Oh my god, Miss Kimmy. Yeah, you if my rice is the best ever, and you will like my rice. Yes, Miss Spectec, I do cook like I think that was towards me, but yeah, I do cook anywhere between 8 to 10 cups at a time when I do cook rice. It lasts only maybe 3 days, but I cook a lot of it at one time. I like to cook big. LaShawn says he's spending like $18 a day on food. Well, LaShawn, just think about it. If you could get it down to like 12 and maybe $9 a day on food, which will require you to actually cook from home, just think of the possibilities, what you can do. Just say $10. That's $10 in a month. Like, what could you do with the extra $300 a month? I think we all know what you can do. Miss Kimmy says she don't like rice. Okay, keep saying that. Lon says he's had a lot of people ask, "How do you afford a motorcycle?" I answer, "See the Starbucks cup in your hand and that muffin. Multiply that by 30, and you'll have your answer." That's pretty much it, people. That's actually a true statement. Because a lot of these fast food places are made to just take your money. They're not there to help you lose weight or keep you working and stuff like that. They're just there to take your money from where you could be spending your money on things that you really like. For Lon, it's a motorcycle, point blank, period. And another thing, what Lon did, he did something that a lot of people don't like doing. A lot of people do, but don't like doing. It's called sacrifice. You sacrifice one thing to get what you really want. So yeah, that's definitely true for sure. Yeah, we're going to keep on going. Sharky says, great and accurate comeback. See, I was right. Yeah. $7,423 subs, and you'll do a joint stream. Okay, Savage. Y'all heard it. Y'all need a sub to Savage. Okay. Anyways, anywho's, Miss Alexis says you're gonna get cut off again if you drag it out. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, anyways, I'm like far behind in chat. Ah, shoot, I'm still 5 minutes behind. Crap. Mike says Tech Valor said the sign is simple B. It says wrap it up. Okay. Oh snap! Well, Sean, you didn't eat because you couldn't eat yesterday because you couldn't afford to. Oh snap! Yeah, see, that's another reason to get your food budget down to about $12 to $9 a day. Oh, but you still had that good stuff though. Okay, I got you. Big Brother Black says some people are just hashtag rice haters. Yeah, I know, right? But I promise you, rice haters love my rice. I promise y'all. Mike says get him. 100 pounds. Yeah, rice is awesome. Oh, Mike's going to Culver's. Are you going to do it on a live stream too? Miss Kimmy, Miss Tay Spectech says she makes her lunch every day. It saves a lot of money. I had to learn that the hard way a while back. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I kind of sort of started taking my food out on the road. The only reason why I never did it before was because of it was really more so trying to find a time to make stuff to go. Because like I would at one point in time I did take food on the road, but I was finding myself doing probably about 5 to 6 hours of prep time between buying stuff and all this other stuff while I was home. And I said, forget it, I'll just buy and go. It was a lot quicker for me then. But now I'm trying to get disciplined and consistent with it now. So we'll see. Oh, Miss Kimmy says she walks on her lunch, and that is the true statement, y'all. She does walk on her lunch. LaShawn smoking an extra 300, 300 per month. Yup. I done told y'all I was so far behind. You know what, Savage? I don't like none of y'all. Some of y'all gonna start to get blocked in a minute, and Mike will be the first one. Anyways, he's happy over making his own lunch basically over Subway and Wendy's. That is for sure true. Lon says, I really like rice and how easy it is to prepare. When I was super poor, I would make a bunch of white rice and add different things to for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is so true. As a matter of fact, we used to do ketchup and rice. Actually, that was pretty good. Pretty good. And that's it. Whew, Jesus. So I guess we got we'll wait a few minutes here. Actually no. I was gonna say no, I'll go ahead and shut down 3 minutes, but I guess I'll go ahead and shut it down now. Unless someone comes up with a question by the time I finish my outro. But anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and listening and listening to what I had to say about Budget by 4 in this budget meeting. Also, if you guys are out there in the Twitter spaces, please make sure to come over to Casting Me on Budget Solutions and subscribe and hit that notification bell button. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately enough, next week is Memorial Weekend. I do appreciate all the troops out there. I want to thank everybody who has been past, present, or future, and even those who are kin to some that they know who have been in the military and whatnot. I really do appreciate all you guys, all what you guys have done out there for us. I believe Miss Kimmy is a daughter of a soldier. What's his name? Mike definitely is a son of a soldier and whatnot. I really appreciate you guys because you guys had to go through a lot for the country as well. So with that being said, I will not be streaming next weekend. Hopefully everybody takes the time to spend time with their families and whatnot. And if anyone who is hosting a party and whatnot, just think of the budget that you're gonna have to put together for that party and whatnot. Oh, my bad, LaShawn. I got you. Yeah, you too, LaShawn. I really appreciate you because y'all had to put up with stuff too, man. I really appreciate you. So anyways, not streaming next week at all on this channel or the other channel for sure. I'll bring back the budget meeting the following weekend, whatever weekend I'm home. I think it's the first Sunday of June. I'll bring it back. Bring back the budget meeting. And as a matter of fact, in that stream, I will continue a little bit more about Budget by 4. We can get a little bit more in depth. Show you guys like basically car payments and credit cards and stuff like that, which is actually Budget by 4 can help on knowing if you can afford things and whatnot. Also, I think that's it. And hopefully in the next month or so, I'm going to start bringing out some little videos and tidbits, like short videos, which will be a lot quicker than going through live streams trying to get information quicker with the shorts and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. And so with that being said, hashtag block party. And Mike, as a matter of fact, I think Mike might be the only one who is streaming next week. Mike, can you confirm that if you're streaming next Saturday? I think you're going to be streaming a 10-hour stream. Hopefully I'll be able to make it, but I think I might be busy all day on Saturday, but we'll see. But anyways, I do appreciate everyone for coming. And how do we get out of here? Oh, Mike, you're still planning on doing the stream. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Tech King Mike. He is definitely streaming next week. Apparently he's doing a 10-hour stream. So that's going to be really interesting to see if he can actually do the 10-hour stream. So that's a lot of potty breaks. I don't know why I thought about it like that, but we'll see. But anyways, you guys have a great, wonderful night, and appreciate everybody. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Where is... Oh, here it is. I couldn't find my outro. My bad. Anyways, yeah. Peace out, everybody.